so sorry that I'm not there today. I just figured better safe than sorry. I didn't want to give it to anybody. But since our last meeting, I have gotten a good update on the horse committee front. We are going to be able to receive some help from a professional site planner via a grant received by the county to come up with a plan on how we will rebuild and improve the fairgrounds. I attended another emergency operations planning meeting based on how the fairgrounds and county services can work together best during a state of emergency where we would be deemed as a shelter. We also discussed some opportunities on how we could choose to support improvements to the fairgrounds by strengthening the building's capabilities as an emergency shelter. I secured DLP Bank as our arena sponsor for the 2026 fair. I presented to the SWAT group at Bradford High School to get them excited about the fair and volunteering. I attended Rural Counties Days at the Capitol in Tallahassee, where I got to participate in a Rural Economic Development Association training and met some influential people and served 1,500 strawberry shortcakes. Thank you, Pam. I also presented at the Farm Bureau Federation meeting and gained their support for the fair. We worked with the office shop to get advance tickets and passes printed in an attractive and branded format. These pre-sale tickets will be available at DLP and the Chamber as soon as I can pick them up this week. I have finalized our fair schedule and our entertainment, and I'm working to tie up any loose ends there, getting the necessary volunteers and making sure that it's going to be a big success. One exciting update on that front is that we got Dreamland Amusements to bring in some extra excitement with the addition of a free daily BMX stunt bike show to our midway. So that's going to be something that anybody who comes any day is going to be able to watch for free. Just another reason to come see us. I have also sent out our advertising materials to WEAG, the local radio station, KISS 105 in Gainesville, and then starting a lot of stuff with the Telegraph. I've also been trying to get our Facebook doing better, so I thought I would share some of the stats from today with you. Over the last 28 days, our views are up 142%, our engagement is up 113%, and we have gotten 32 new followers. Some of you are always the first to like, comment, and share on the stuff that I'm posting, so thank you for that, and keep it up because it helps. Then, as far as a fair update, we have got $14,100 in committed sponsorships, and as of this evening, we are out of vendor spaces in Building 1, so that will bring in $7,400. Lastly, this past month, I helped the 4-H and Extension Office crew prepare the fairgrounds for the Beef Bash. And Lizzie, our Extension Officer, is in there tonight, I believe. So she is going to share an update on how the Beef Bash went. And thank you for all you did there, Lizzie.
Lizzie, if you want to step up here and...
So, if any of you don't know what the Beef Bash is, it's a local show that we put on for the youth in this community that all proceeds go to Bradford County 4-H. So my extension office, we put that on. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And this year, I've been doing it for 5 years now. We've been in Bradford County. We went to Union County while Bradford was under construction. And we were back in Bradford last year and this year. This year was amazing, where we had support from the county, from Harley, from Paul, and from all my stakeholders to get this program done. And we had about 110 youth, so times that by 4 with all their family members. We had about 400 to 500 people at the fairgrounds 2 weekends ago, and about 140 head of cattle. And it was freezing cold. There was challenges that came up. The wind that came in ruined a lot of the work that we did prior to the event. But with Harley's help, my office staff, we got it done. And it did not scare any people to come because of the weather, or we had a lot of people come attend on Saturday to watch the kids show. So just thank y'all for all y'all's support, letting us continue to have the event at the fairgrounds. Thank you to the county for doing some of the work that volunteers have done in the past, and it's a lot to take off of the volunteers. and keeping that relationship going, I think from here on out is going to be a beautiful thing for us and for the community. So, does anyone have any questions about that event? I don't know if y'all heard about it or saw any. I try to publish it on Facebook, but sometimes it's hard to see. So,
And I think also, even the church stepped up and they donate their heaters and stuff, to put in the barn. So, I mean, to me, that's a neat thing to see the county, another organization come together and help donate to this cause of the kids in the 4-H group. So I appreciate the church for doing that as well.
Yes. And I was walking around just listening to people, and they're saying, wow, this is really great facilities. So the facilities that we have currently are really great to use for any kind of show that we put on or any event. We just got to utilize it and host events there and make it happen. So that was a good thing. And thank you, Harley, for all your help.
Of course.
Appreciate that, Lizzie. Harley, at this time, was you going to do the financial report?
Oh, yes. 1 second. Let me pull that up.
There should have been a financial sheet on the table up here if everybody got them a copy of that.
Sorry guys, I'm catching up. Over here. Okay. So, in December, we started out with $24,888 in the bank, and we're able to get $13,371 in revenue. A big chunk of that was Cross Church's monthly rental and then their utility reimbursements. The other big chunk of that was the TDC marketing grant, which I have been working on trying to spend wisely this month. And then you can see some of our expenses. We had our liability insurance coming out, our tax returns were due, and then of course those utilities. So we ended the month with $32,789. It's not huge, but it has been a goal of mine to keep the ending balance higher than the previous month. So we have managed to do that. And then I detailed some of the sponsorships and vendor fees that are coming in for the fair. I also touched on that in my update just a minute ago, but you can see that we have $14,100 committed for sponsorships, and we are working on getting some more. There's quite a few groups that have said that they want to support the fair, but just haven't decided at what level. So I have a lot of follow-up calls to make sure they do decide. And then vendor fees, same with that. We've had a couple of them come in just recently. $1,921 have been paid in January, and then we are waiting to receive $5,142 in those additional vendor fees, mostly for Building 1, and then we have a couple outside vendors setting up too.
All right, with that being said, can I get a motion that the financial report was read?
I'll motion.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
The next item on the agenda is, I'm gonna let Heather go over this. She's got the Google form on this, on the volunteering. Heather, if you wanna.
So basically the sign up form, is, I have it up here on my computer. Harley sent it to me today, so it's the volunteer form. So if you could see me either after the meeting, or if you want to email Harley or come see Harley, you can do that also, just to sign up for any volunteer spots that we need for the fair week.
Any questions on the volunteering at the fair?
Yeah, I see on the minutes it said that, when is senior night? It said Wednesday night, but on the,
Harley, that got changed on the senior night. Did we decide on that?
Yes. So we mentioned at the last board meeting that we had it scheduled for Wednesday night, and there was some concern with everybody going to church on Wednesday nights. So we moved it to Sunday afternoon, March 1st, I believe.
okay, because that's not on the website.
It should be on our website now.
It wasn't this afternoon, so it's on there now?
I would think so, yes, ma'am. if not, I will make an update immediately.
Okay, you have a time?
Ma'am,
The time?
the time, we are trying to work with Farm Bureau, who is sponsoring the senior luncheon for us. On what time will probably be the easiest to do, but it's gonna be like 12:30 or 1. So I need to follow up with them and see when they'll be able to have the food ready, and then I will get that published and make a special post about it so people know.
All right, thank you, Harley.
I have a question for Harley. Is she gonna need help that day? Or is,
I would love help that day.
I didn't see that on the calendar, so if you add me, I'll be more than glad to help you.
And that's
Do
why,
whatever, you know?
that's why I asked, because I did email her to volunteer for that, but I didn't, she did email me back, but I didn't see it on the website nor. So that's why I'm asking the question.
Okay, once I confirm with our lunch sponsor when they're gonna be able to have food ready, I will get the word out.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Harley. Any other questions on any of this so far? Next item on the agenda, we had a little issue come up on, we as the board agreed to let Mr. Willie Brown have his Cowboys football banquet on the 31st. I'm sorry, he approaches on the 31st. He was doing his banquet on the 13th. We did this as a no charge to them because it was on the county to help them out in their banquet. And the issue that arose under this is one of his staff members, board of director members, was approached at the local Dollar Tree by an individual that claimed they was a fair board member and said that the association owed the fair board $60 for a cleanup fee. This gentleman presented the so-called fair board member with the money in cash, and we have not received any kind of record of that or anything. Mr. Brown reached out to us. Me and Harley did some talk about it, and unfortunately, we do not have the cash to reimburse Mr. Brown on this episode. If a board member did do this, I would like for them to present me and Harley with an explanation, and we'd love to have the cash that we can reimburse Mr. Brown on this. Moving forward, this is not a practice that I do not want to take a part of, that people are misrepresenting this association and this fair board. Now, whether this was a member or not, this is totally unacceptable. Any billing needs to go through Harley at the fair manager's position. An invoice would be issued out, and then a payment would be submitted to Harley. No board member should be accepting any kind of money from anybody. This is strictly our decision when the buildings are not clean, not any other board member. I'm not going to call anybody out because we don't know who this individual was. Mr. Brown and them did not get a name from the individual of who it was. But Mr. Brown, I'm really sorry that this happened to y'all. We do not approve of this whatsoever. And like I said, if the board member is here, maybe y'all thought y'all were doing the right thing, but please present yourself to us, and so we can get Mr. Brown back his money that he forked out. Any questions on that issue? Yes, sir, Mr. Alvarez.
You said it was a Dollar Tree.
That's what we were told.
Did anyone contact to get their video of the person that would have been there while this happened? That would be an easy way to find out who did it.
Have you ever went to Dollar Tree and asked them for any footage?
No, but if the
They
police,
don't got none.
you sure?
Just broke. I didn't ask, because I had an episode happen up there.
Well, that
No.
We could ask out the Dollar Tree if they do have a video of that.
Well, recently it was down because I had lost something in there and needed to see where it was, and they said it had been broke down for a while, so I don't know that we'll be getting that. Do we have a description?
Yeah, that's what we said, we got description of food.
Yeah, so what we're saying is that the Cowboys are just out of $60. Is that what we're saying?
We've never received the $60 to reimburse him for $60.
She told
She
told me what her name was. I don't know if that was the real name or not.
What she said?
She told me her name was Lisa Sellers.
That's Miss Lisa.
Huh?
Who?
Miss Sellers.
She said that's what she told me her name was, Lisa Sellers. I don't know if that's.
That's Lila Sellers. That's
Lila
Lila Sellers.
I know Lila. This lady, her name is Lila, is an older lady. This lady wasn't that old. When she approached me in a bad way. She almost got it.
Well, my question is, did we leave the fairgrounds in a bad condition?
No, ma'am, I did want to address that. Y'all left that thing in pristine.
Okay.
She
Just
said
wanted to
I
make
had-
sure.
Heather and Harley went by there that night afterwards because it was the same night as our parade in town. And it was magnificent. So no, there was definitely none of that. Yes, ma'am?
May I suggest that in some way, shape, or form in the future that we can make this right with them in some kind of way? They may want to use it again or something for an occasion that they have or something. But I think as a board, we need to, in good faith, do something for them.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, I think in good faith, we also gave them the facility free in the beginning. So I feel like, if there is another banquet, they can present the same thing again and we can vote on it as an association. I would love to give him the $60 back right now, but we don't have the money just to fork it over,
Who wrote the?
And I do not want to call anybody out in this meeting. I want to be clear on this right now.
Can we donate?
Give me your name, I'll write you a check.
Yeah, can we?
Yeah,
Yeah, what do you mean?
Marcus
You
Davis.
don't want to call anybody out?
Marcus
What does that mean?
We'll donate.
DeMarcus Davis.
DeMarcus
And
said,
whoever she was, she had to be watching me.
I'll give you.
Because for her to know
I'll
that
give
me
you
and him
the
was
money.
standing outside with the same shirts on, she had to be watching us.
I'll
She had
give
to
you
be,
the money.
because we seen a woman and a man walk through there. They walked through the fairground. Whoever it was, she told me her name was Lisa Sellers. I have no clue what the lady, if that's her name or not. But she walked through, we seen a lady and a man walk through the fairground. And we were like, well, what is this? Like that right there, and then I thought maybe somebody was coming to use the bathroom because, people was out there decorating the floats or whatever. But for her to just come up there and see, looking at my shirt, she see where it said vice president on it. She said, oh, y'all left it in a bag, y'all left the, you left trash. You left trash bags and stuff in the back. So I'm like, huh? Because I know that could have been, there had to be a lot because when we got finished, everybody walked around, we even mopped and everything.
Right.
So I was like, I was just stuck with the whole situation. And by me being the vice president, I was just trying to keep the organization face clean with you all. That's why I did that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I should have waited and got a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just trying to keep the face clean with y'all because of what y'all done for us by giving it to us for free.
Yes, sir.
That was it. But I know next time. But she was real rude.
So you say you don't want to call anybody out. Do you know something that we don't know?
No, ma'am, I don't. That's why I asked Mr. Brown to show up tonight and he was going to point her out to me.
Well, I can't.
Or whoever the individual, if they were a board member that was here tonight.
I don't even see it. I don't even like.
He said you don't even see
I
her
don't
in
even
the
see it.
headline.
I've been looking at everybody that they come in. I know they come in. I don't know nobody that think that, but I've been looking.
Yeah, but he
Because I was going to approach them again and let them know. But because I actually went to Dollar Tree, they told me the same thing.
DEMARCUS.
K-U-S. DEMARKUS. But Dollar Tree also said they didn't have footage. They don't have, their cameras don't work.
They told me that.
Well, like I said, Mr. Brown,
Yeah, he approached me and everything, then I contact Holly about this, and she said she didn't know anyone that presented her with any money, saying that we left trash and everything around that dumpster. Because she said she walked through there after we had left, and she didn't see anything. She said the thing was real clean and everything, with no trash nowhere.
yes, sir. Like I said, that is not the reflection that we want to present from our board. We do want to have the reflection, this pathway, like you said, of being fair to people. And like I said, I think that's why we agreed to let y'all have the facilities in the beginning, because we do want to help those that we can.
I think it's unfortunate that we have someone representing this board that is not a board member and would do that.
I agree with you, and that's what aggravates me the most. So with that being said, like I said,
We have a person, excuse me, that has personally written them a check on behalf of the Bradford County Fair Association. We're so sorry that this had to happen to you all, and you're being in the services.
All right, thank y'all.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for doing that.
Let it be
Thank you, thank you.
known,
Yes,
let it be known that nobody else is gonna walk in here and give out, say that they have given somebody money.
No.
And I'm gonna write a check, cause it's not gonna happen.
It's true, it's that precedent.
Yeah.
yes, Mr. Clay?
Just like I mentioned to, the vice president, when that happened, he made, like you say, he made a mistake of not getting the receipt. If you give someone asks you for some money, saying we did something, you get their name and the receipt, and the date. Then we have a recording of it.
Well, like I said, Mr. Brown, moving forward, the way I would like to, this deal was between the Fair Association and y'all as the Cowboys, that if we felt it was unclean, that we would have submitted you a bill and probably a phone call saying, hey, it wasn't to our satisfaction, here it is. Truly, I am sorry this happened, and I truly applaud that somebody is representing themselves as our fair board of something that we're trying so hard to make right in this county, that they're gonna misrepresent us like that. So, I am sorry. Moving forward, let's just get better.
We appreciate whoever y'all there for us.
Love working with y'all. Anything we can do in the county, I appreciate.
Now I have a question,
Yes, ma'am.
because I heard that because of this, that they're not gonna be able to, there was some rumblings, street committee stuff, that, there was a problem with, the Cowboys. Now, they're gonna be able to use the building again.
Yes, ma'am. As I think I've stated a couple of times, we have no issues.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
There's two of us. I don't think none of us in here have any issues with the Cowboys
Okay.
using our facilities. Like I said, they left it in a pristine way. I take the advice of Harley and Heather when they looked at it,
Okay.
that they did not leave it in a way that we would not ever consider this again. Clay, you had a question or a comment?
Yeah. Do we have a policy somewhere that says that a cleaning fee of $60? Like, would someone have seen that somewhere that has any affiliation with the Fair Board?
Yeah,
The only thing I can
Or is
think
that
of,
just something made up in thin air, potentially? I mean,
I know on our rental agreements, there is some statements in there about, cleanup fees if it's not cleaned up to our satisfaction. I can't quote a number.
right, I was just wondering, like,
how would they know?
yeah,
but like
how
you
would
said-
they know to state whatever the figure was? I mean, I guess anybody could potentially see that at some point, but
I would have to look at it, Clay, but I'm pretty sure our cleanup fee's a lot more than
I would
$60.
think $60 would have been a cheap.
I'd have paid $60 and let you clean it up myself
Right,
if it was
like,
me.
I would
I
thought it
mean,
would have been more substantial if a place like that was left in a way. I just, it sounds like, like I say, I don't have no idea who it was, the more than this gentleman, right? And he wishes he knew who it was right now.
yes, ma'am, Ms. Joanne?
It wasn't the last meeting, but it was the meeting before. There were public in the room and we were discussing when the request for the room happened. It was in like October, November.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we were discussing, do we need to come up with a fee and that kind of stuff for January? And then the conversation was, well, do we let the Cowboys have it this time at no fee since we don't have anything? So I don't know if you can go back to any kind of public records who was in the meeting 2 meetings ago, but that might help you. But again,
We don't have guests, normally don't sign in at these meetings, it's only the E-board. Right?
So we just need to let that be a lesson to us, because at any point, any time, this could happen. Maybe not the $60, but anything that happens with somebody misrepresenting.
Oh, right.
It could be on live, they could be watching on live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
fair
mean,
board in any kind of way to put us in a negative position. This time, we got away a little, thank God.
They could have said a $300.
Sadly, girl,
fee.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess maybe something in the contract that reads like anything, any kind of settlement after the fact will be taken up only by the fair manager potentially.
Maybe we could put something out on Facebook that says all board business.
I think Harley went back and added on our website, or she was going to, that all legal or all rental agreements is ran through the fair board. No,
Vendors, everything.
absolutely. Any assessed fees that has to come after the fact, cleanup fees will be ran through Harley at the,
Fair manager,
yes, the fair manager
or
only.
the county manager.
yeah.
Or just
And our,
any money owed
Yeah.
to the Fair Association.
yeah. And or when they come in to get their application, the person, when you present their application, just remind them that if approached or whatever, please see, this is the only person that you need to see. Nobody else has the authority.
Yes, ma'am, I agree. Here again, Mr. Brown, I'm sorry it happened. This is not the way we reflect our fair association.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Now, would Mr. Brown, would you like to volunteer at the fair?
Your cowboys, do we have a position that they can,
Yes.
we have some paying positions that maybe the cowboys can.
Yes, we can. If you get with us and let us know, I'm free. I think I can do so.
If you'll see Miss Heather right here, she'll definitely be willing, so. Anything else on this, agenda item? I'd like to move on. Thank y'all once again.
Before we go on, just one thing. In, having volunteers collecting money and selling tickets, does the Fair Association require those people to be bonded handling money?
Harley has a certain number, I think, of people that she was setting up just for that, for those reasons, Mr. Gregg. But we're still working on the master sheet of volunteers of who we're putting where.
Well, I'm just gonna say, I know you just don't overnight get bonded, so.
Well, we're definitely not gonna find this Miss Lisa Sellers, are we? Although if we do, we might get more money. It won't get turned in, so. But thank you, yes, sir. We've been asked by the Bradford County, manager, they would like to purchase roughly 320 tickets for opening night for all of the county employees. That would be one ticket given to each county employee. And they would, for $5 a ticket. And that's a little bit less off the face value of the ticket, but it's roughly $1,600 that they're gonna write us a check for these tickets, and it's only gonna be good for opening night. I think it's not a bad idea. This is Paul's personal opinion, just because if I get one ticket and I'm a family of 4, I'm gonna be paying for 3 other kids to get in the gate. So I think this is a great opportunity, and plus 2 being opening night on a Thursday night would be a great time to promote opening night and getting more people here on the gate on a Thursday night. But with that being said, we are alternating the pricing a little bit, so I do need to take a motion on that. And if there's any comments before we go to that.
What is the discount? What is the normal ticket price?
12
It's 12.
$12 at the gate, and it was $10 if you bought it in advance. So,
Are they doing the passes?
I thought we had a pass packet, Harley.
What was that?
I thought we had a,
this is just for a single one night only ticket that they want to buy for that Thursday night.
This isn't for board members. It's
$5.
for Exhibitors. This is
So half
just,
off.
Yes,
we do
yes,
have
ma'am.
an exhibitor
They're paying
pass.
$5 a ticket.
Yes, ma'am. So like I said, that's roughly, they have 320 employees is what he's telling me, so it's $1,600.
and this is just.
So I'll make a motion because I want to discuss it. Well, I want to discuss it. So
Before you make the motion,
I'll make a motion that we discuss this.
before you make the motion.
Go ahead.
Is it just employees?
Employees only.
So it's not board members
Board members will be through our own passes.
No, I mean, it's not county board members, it's just,
County board members
It's
are
just-
county employees.
no, they're not. They're elected officials.
They still work for the county.
They're not technically, they're elected. Teresa can buy her own ticket and pay $12.
The county's not gonna buy my office ticket.
No, but I mean, she
They're
can-
talking about the county employees that work
Right,
for
for
the
the
county.
people that work in her office. Teresa is elected by the public, but the people in her office are paid by Teresa.
By the county. Elected
By the
by
county.
the people that work for the
But-
county.
They work for the
But-
county.
But the difference is she's elected. She can't be fired. Teresa can fire people in her office. Teresa can't be fired.
Y'all can fire me.
The public, it takes more to fire Teresa. Teresa can walk in and fire everybody in her office.
No, I can't.
What's that got to do
Pretty
with
much.
tickets?
Yeah, we're on
I
tickets.
mean, what's that got to do with
understand
a
that,
$5
but what I'm
ticket?
saying
The county did bill us out, so I think we do owe them a little bit.
The difference is Teresa makes a whole lot of money and the people in her office don't. Teresa can afford to pay $12 and the people that work in her office can't. That's what makes the difference.
Well, I think the bottom line, Ms. Strong, is they're just asking to buy 320 tickets at $5 and give it to the 320 employees.
And it's only for.
And it's only for opening night, one night. It's not to use.
Paul,
Yes, sir.
if we could get 320 people from any other organization for $5, we'd be smart to do it too. It don't matter. That's 320 tickets at $5.
Well, I look at it like this, Mr. Blake. We're guaranteed $1,600 in ticket sales on opening night.
Amen.
Exactly.
That you probably would not have.
You ain't gonna have it.
Right. And I see that as being a plus as the board presenting that to say the county is, they're still employees, they still having to pay for $5
that night.
for that night.
Only that night. Only opening night. Ms. Joanne, you had a question?
Family with them.
I do because, what's the justification for giving this entity that kind of drastic discount for that specific day? And so the reason I ask that is I don't need an answer.
I'll give you an answer.
Is if there's a company somewhere that has 300 people and they also want to buy it for opening day at $5, are we gonna say yes to them too?
I believe I will. If I got a company out here who wants to buy 320 more tickets
So
for
then-
opening night only,
So what then? what
we'll
you're
sell them all day long.
$200
So then what
to the
you're
bus.
asking for is an approval or a motion to allow a discounted rate on opening night for somebody willing to buy more than 319 tickets. That's what you're asking for. You're not saying only the county can do this. You're saying anybody who has 319, if they want to buy in bulk, they can get it for $5.
They haven't asked.
Opening night.
Opening night only, that sounds fine to me.
I'll make a
County
motion.
asked, so I make a motion to do it.
But I think if the jail wants to do it, if the state of Florida wants to do it, if it's more than 319 tickets, you're willing to sell for $5. So
For opening night, yes, ma'am.
that's the motion that you want.
And
Because
also,
the way-
just
actually,
as
my
clear,
opinion.
make them have an ID that you
We
present.
have employee ID.
Then they would do that to come in.
Where you would know.
Ms. Pavley, did you have a,
When you come in,
No, I just wanted to ask, why not give the Cowboys free tickets then?
they haven't asked.
That's what
They
they
Cowboys only buy 319
They
tickets?
don't have 390 children, but they have children. For,
Harley, did you have a comment?
you say you want to make it right
I
for
just made a whole.
It's a little hard to hear, but I thought I heard someone say, like, how would we know they need an employee ID? And my plan, if we were to approve this tonight, would be to get something printed that's specifically for them so that we working the gate know that this ticket is paid for.
It's a
Especially if they-
What difference does it make?
Yeah, I agree with, Harley on Mr. Blake that
What
if
difference?
Scott gives us the check for $1,600, we're giving him 320 tickets, and then he hands them out to the county employees.
Right.
They're paid for at that point.
Well, it's not our job
That
to,
any of them will come alone.
No, nobody's gonna come along.
it's not our job to police an employer's
No.
appreciation event. If the employer wants to buy 319 tickets on an opening night at $5, it's up to the employer to make sure they get out to the right employees.
So Miss Joanne just made a motion
Sorry.
No, Blake did. Blake.
Oh, that's like,
Made a motion.
that any company, state entity wants to buy more than 319 tickets on opening night only for $5 a ticket, we will sell them.
Second.
All in favor of that? Any opposed? Okay.
Hope they start calling.
Give away there to anybody.
they're
Purchasing
purchasing, we're
at
allowing a
$5.
discounted rate to a bulk purchase of 319 or more.
You got that, Heather?
We just give them
All right. Moving on to item agenda number 8, the horse committee update. Mr. Jimmy, do you want to speak on that, or you want me to speak on it, or?
You can go ahead and speak on it. Harley's already spoke a little bit on it.
Okay, yeah, Harley kind of took that from us. She jumped the gun, but, the county was awarded a grant to have 3 sites done a site plan overview on for future development of the county, and they chose the fairgrounds as one of the site plans. So where this ties into the horse committee meeting is they're wanting to take the old arena and look at that, how we can develop it all into the fairgrounds as a master plan, and then we're gonna take that plan and present it to the TDC for hopefully additional funding to put this horse arena back. So that's basically the, biggest update on that. And this site plan has to be given back to us by June. So it's not something that we're sitting on months on end waiting on. So this is something that we're fixing to roll out pretty quick. The horse committee will be involved in probably a site plan meeting with the engineers of how we'd like things laid out as well. They're gonna take our input. One of the engineers, we were told, developed, one of the big fairgrounds out in New Mexico. So he's pretty excited, from what I was told, to work with us on developing the fairgrounds into something bigger too.
Do you have any idea when that presentation will go before TDC?
I talked to Amanda, and we just gotta get this site plan. We're hoping, we get it in place by June. So after that, maybe before.
Because they don't usually meet in July. You
Okay.
get the plan in June.
They did say they thought that they would have it back before June.
Yeah, June was the deadline. I think it had to be go back to this,
It's just the deadline.
Yeah, so we should definitely have it done before June. Yes, sir, Mr. Alvarez?
Did, anyone think, or have we thought about approaching Clay Electric? They have a, grant money,
Yeah, the roundup.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
but I didn't know if we'd contacted them or,
Harley's been in touch with Clay Electric on some of this stuff, and I know they are looking at being some sponsors at the fair and all. So yes, we are aware of that one as well.
Go ahead, Harley.
They also mentioned that they would love to see the arena come back. So I think that we will probably be able to count on having some of their support when we take this on.
So I have a question about the land. The land across the street from the fairgrounds.
Yes, ma'am?
To my knowledge, we haven't spoken about that. Does that belong to the fairground?
No.
No, ma'am.
It doesn't? Are we using it this year?
We were just told this past week, Mr. Dale Woodruff with the Friends of the Fair offered up the 8 acres to us, that if we wanted to use it for some overflow parking for the Midway 18-wheelers and stuff that brings the fair, that he would be willing for us to use that. Harley was gonna draft up something to present to Dale that we could get, a signed approval to use that 8 acres just for storage of the fair equipment that, is delivering the rides and stuff. Then that way it won't take away from anything on the fairgrounds or the parking, just to store their stuff on. Yes, sir.
in dealing with that situation, we're supposed to have some people that are representing us and Bradford County and also the Fair Association. And I think that a lawyer, a manager, anybody that was working there in that deal and is now employed by the county, I move that they be fired. Somebody that's an official person and sat there and let 8 acres, 5 acres of land be taken and they didn't even know it. I move that the Fair Association see that those people are removed from office.
One of the comments that I've made, Mr. Gregg, I appreciate that comment, is me and Harley's talked about it, and I feel like our main focus right now needs to be on the 2026 fair in Bradford County. That we're putting all of our efforts to make this fair the best it's ever been. Let me back up. The best it's been in a very long time. I don't feel like right now is the time for distractions on other political thoughts and views right now. And no offense, but we can address that after the fact, but I feel like I want to focus wholeheartedly on this fair.
Well, it's my thing. I see a lot of people in the community and they are very upset and disgusted with us for not already doing something. Not waiting on the fair or whatever. They are just, people come to me all the time, you're always trying to straighten that out. Somebody just took acreage that wasn't there and the people, y'all are trying to get it started, y'all have not done anything. It's kind of similar to when the people from the Cowboys approached and said somebody was disrespecting the Fair Association. At that time, the police should have been called in my estimation, to try to see that that didn't happen again, instead of us just sitting here now and it's been almost 2 months since it happened. And this gentleman and these people that are volunteers, they just got their money back by a person that volunteered to do it. And we have no idea where that person's at as to what's happened. So when is it gonna get that we decide as a board that we wanna do things and run stuff right? The people in the community already see how it was ran in the past years, and that's got us right where we're at today.
I think we're a hell of a sight better off than what we was 12 months ago.
Well, we're a lot better.
A lot better. I mean, Rome wasn't built overnight now.
Well, no.
You pick your battles. You pick your battles.
Well,
just like he said, time, everything takes time. Pick your battles.
Yeah, like I said, Mr. Gregg, I do believe there's times for things, and right now our time is this fair. And I'll go ahead and say this on record, that you say all these people in the county, I think there was 26 people put in for these board members. So if everybody's so against what we're doing, they need to come to these meetings and help out. Not sit back and talk about the problems. Let's address the problems and get help to fix these problems.
They're not, nobody.
No, they're not gonna do it. They're gonna say stuff and not do nothing.
No, sir.
We're here trying to do something. So I feel like we're gonna move forward with this fair and make a difference the best way we can.
You took my words wrong if I said anything negative that they were saying negative about this board. They were only questioning.
That's the way I took it.
They were only questioning when was it gonna get straightened out.
And I think I just answered that. After this fair this year, I think we got some stuff we can talk about moving forward. I think there's a lot of things we need to straighten out, but here again, we have got to focus on this fair. The county put up a lot of money and we're putting up time and effort, and we're making a big effort to make this thing good again. And like Mr. Blake said, Rome wasn't built in a night and we're all trying to do this. Yes, ma'am?
Is there a way that if there's a concerned citizen in the community, they could voice an opinion to the board? And if so, how do they do that? Is it email, or can we put something out on the website that just says?
They can contact Harley. That's what she's the county manager for. And then she'll put it in contact with the e-board, and then when we address it, we'll address it to everybody else.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if there's like a
I'm sorry?
QR code. Fair manager instead of Harley's name. The title of fair manager.
Fair manager.
It's fine. Is there an 800 number or is it an email? What's the best way?
Should be both the phone number and the email.
Because what I'm thinking is maybe what we could work on after the fair is like a script for all board members, if somebody does approach us, what we can provide to a person that's of concern, that says, I hear your concern, I want you to voice it at this professional place, instead of conversation.
And I mean, we could move our meetings like they do at the county commission. We could give a few minutes in the beginning or at the end for somebody to speak something if we want that, but.
So people can hear.
Any other thing on the horse committee update? Any questions or comments?
No, sir.
The last thing on our meeting is, our next board meeting would be scheduled for February the 24th, which is the Tuesday before the fair opens on the 26th. We'd like to move that meeting to the 17th, which would be the Tuesday before our normal meeting. Just because if there's any last minute details we need to go over, I feel like we just need that extra week to prepare. So I need a motion to move the meeting to the 17th.
I say.
All in favor? Any other business to discuss? Yes, ma'am, Ms. Teresa?
Did we ever make, like the volunteer hours for the board members to work? Did we set any schedule for that, or how many hours they need to work? Because everybody needs to sign up to help.
That's what she has, and she has.
I know she has it, but is it, there any?
Harley, I don't think we ever did come up with an exact number of hours, did we?
I mean, at least that everybody needs to work.
To maintain your status.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a board member, you need to help work at the fair.
Yeah, we made that one clear. Harley, did we ever state any hours, can you think of?
I would have to check the minutes off the top of my head. I just remember at the last meeting, we discussed that it should be a requirement, but I don't know that we put a number on that.
I don't think we did, Ms. Teresa.
We should.
But you're right, we probably should.
I think we also, because it said if you weren't present for these meetings, what, 3, if you missed 3 or 2?
Two.
We talked about it. I
Well, that's
believe.
without an excuse.
Without an excuse.
Right.
Without a call or an email.
Gotcha.
Consecutive, I think it was.
So how many people we draw?
And is there any way we can get that schedule emailed to the members so we can?
Harley, you can
Look at it
email
and
the
see where we
schedule
can-
out to all the members so they can look at it and they can sign up for what they would like by emailing you back.
Yeah, I can definitely send it to all of y'all. It's set up hour by hour almost each day of the fair. So it's a very large spreadsheet, but I will send it out and see if I can figure out an easy way for you guys to be able to respond.
Because nobody needs to go in there and put the.
All right.
Yeah, her number.
We don't set a, y'all are gonna tell us the required amount of hours, or we're gonna set that now? I don't, just curiosity.
9 days.
9 days?
I mean, no, it's 9 days.
There's 11 days.
Weekdays it's open, what, 5 to 7, or weekdays?
5 to 10.
5 to 10. Weekdays. And then-
Yes, sir, Mr. Alvarez.
I just had a grandparent call me of a 4-H member who showed in last year's fair, showed chickens and rabbits. And they were entitled to have 6 chickens or 6 rabbits. And this year, the applications went out that they were now restricted this year to 3 chickens and 3 rabbits. Is there any reason that we know why we're cutting down on numbers? I thought we were trying to make it
It
fair.
hasn't never changed.
Ma'am?
It's always been 3 entries for the rabbits, 3 entries for the chickens. It's never changed. And Caitlin put that out, it's been out. That's the way it's always been. It's never changed.
Now, when you say never changed for years,
From the last fair, last year to this fair, nothing has changed.
Okay.
Caitlin has it all written in the application. And if I could get the old book, premium book, I would be able to show you what it says. It's the same thing. She took the same stuff.
But my question, are we doing that because of space?
What's
We've never done it
They've never
because
put
you
it
have
out
to
there.
have a pre-reg, and you are only allowed per entry to have 3 rabbits or 3 chickens or 3 of each. So you could have 6 entries to total with the chickens or the poultry and the rabbits.
Were the cages all filled last year? I heard
No,
that there
sir.
was, I heard that there was only about 60 of the cages that were even used.
I don't
last
have
year.
the numbers right off the top of my head, but we did have, because last year was the year back from the year before that we were in the tents. So we're starting like it's over again because people weren't wanting to come and put their animals in under a tent.
So what I'm hearing, Ms. Roxanne, is the rules have never changed. You could have 3 and 3. It's always been like that. And you
And
can,
it's an open show. They do not have to be a resident of Bradford or Union or Clay. They can be all. It's an open show for children. Basically, kids that can't afford the steers, the pigs, or the goats. That's why it's always been an open show. Small
But I mean,
children.
wouldn't a fair look better instead of having the half of the cages filled? If we've got people that want to exhibit, I thought that's what the fair was for. Instead of us sitting up here in the front and say, you're gonna only have 3 animals when you got cages, you fill the whole thing up. I'd rather the barn look full instead of us going in there at half full.
I agree with you, Mr. Gregg, on that. But I feel like what Ms. Roxanne is saying, the rules have been like that, and we're not changing the rules. I mean, to me, that might be something we need to address next year.
If they're required, as far as this pre-regging, this is all new this
Right.
year, because usually they could come in. And people would even go get chickens or go get rabbits before the state people, because they'd have to bleed the chickens. They check the rabbits. It's not that we were trying to eliminate people as far as exhibitors. We were trying to limit it because we wanted everyone, because we've had kids that we've really, years ago, we had, I would tell it, Connie Wiggins came. She brought a whole stack of it. And she was willing to give a chicken to another kid so they could put it in. But you have adults that come and they do the shows, it's open show. But if you don't limit it to, you'll have all adults coming in. You won't have children. That's why we need the open show there and not do the age limit, because it's nothing cuter than to see a 3-year-old stand up on a chair showing a rabbit. You know what I mean?
All right.
And that's where it all gets started.
All right, well, I think on this one here that I agree with Mr. Gregg. We'd love to fill the barns up. I think we'd love to fill the barns up with every animal we can think of. I think we're gonna beat a dead horse because we got the rules in place for this year, so we need to move with what we have. I think this would be something to address afterwards for next year, to think about it. That I do agree that having a full barn is what we're wanting to accomplish. Any other comments or questions before we adjourn this meeting? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Do I got a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I say
Yes, ma'am.
we adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.
Good job, man, good job.